Hi everyone, let's begin. Activate heart field coherence. So it's a swaying movement-based pattern to begin with. It's rocking back and forth here. The textural sensation that I'm feeling is like a wave pool in a box. It's just sloshing back and forth between these two hands. Like more dense air is being swayed side to side in a bowl, and it moves like water would in a bowl. That's the textural sensation that I'm noticing here. The sensation that I feel, the bowl moves towards the center of my body, but it's still small, it's still limited. It's like I can feel a bowl surrounding the area of about where my collarbones are and my shoulder and about the base of my neck. It's a small bowl, and it feels like a densely textured air is sloshing around back and forth there like water in a bowl. It's interesting. So it's trapped within the limits of a container. Something about the area seems relevant. Something about the area seems relevant. Let's talk about energetic structures in the area. Let's talk about physical structures in the area. Not where I expect it to go. That's good, right? If it takes you outside of your expectations, that's good. Let's say something to do with collarbone, something to do with the fascia, something to do with the thymus, something to do with an organ, something to do with a muscle, something to do with a bone. But it is something physical, something to do with interstitia, something to do with the physical space of the body, which makes me think something surrounding the triple heater meridian. The upper heater, you have three heaters in the triple heater meridian. The upper heater, the middle heater, and the lower heater is more of your pelvic area. But the upper heater is involved right now. Triple heater meridian in traditional Chinese medicine usually associated with fluid dynamics and the movement of water throughout the system. It is one of the more controversial meridians in traditional Chinese medicine, as it is discussed in Western culture, right? Because it's not associated with any specific organ. Of course, in applied kinesiology, it is associated with specific organs. Is that relevant? Okay, no, so we are working with just fluid dynamic here. So fluid dynamic and fluid distribution within this collarbone region as it's sloshing now back and forth. So it's moving, that's good. Right? Movement change in general is good. It's moving up the back of my skull, but then it keeps moving back down. And it's moving up the front of my throat as well. So now we have this bowl is extending in its parameters. Upper heater, textural sensation. Here behind the ear, that would be Sanjiao or triple heater, I believe 17, 16, 17, Sanjiao 17, triple heater 17 is a point along the triple heater meridian that usually has to do with emotional qualities, to do with isolation. So this looping sensation can be representative of our tilting line, right? Tilting line is representative of emotional patterns. This is called psycho-emotional energetics, a term coined by my late teacher, Dr. Richard Bartlett. So in this case, something about isolation as an emotional pattern, getting us stuck within our, something about the water in our body, something about water being able to properly distribute, no, something about water being able to move between the compartments of our body. So water being able to move from the upper to the middle to the lower heater so that then it can be excreted. In other words, you can think of it kind of like your lymphatic system. It's part of your immune system and it detoxes things from your body. There's something that has been trapped within the upper heater and it's looking to be excreted through likely urine, at the end of the day. But it has to go through each of the heaters along the way. It has to go from the top to the bottom and then out, right? But in this case, this fluid, this water associated with the emotion of isolation, in this case, is stuck within the upper heater, and it doesn't seem like it knows or has a potential route through which it can know how to exit the body. Interesting. I'm seeing a very odd visual. It's like sticking a sewing needle into a paper towel. The paper towel is flat here, and I'm just poking holes in the paper towel with this sewing needle. And the paper towel is here. Okay, the paper towel is here, so it's the bottom of the bowl. So we're just giving it a pathway for diffusion right now. Giving the fluid a pathway through which it can drain and move on to the next compartment. Again, it has to make it down to the bottom, and it's stuck at the top. So I'm seeing a bunch of network of disconnected pipes, just like when you leave wires or headphones in a Ziploc bag for too long and then you come back to them and they're all tangled and enmeshed. I'm seeing that, like the entirety of my torso is filled with these tangled wires that aren't plugged into anything. Okay, let's use a little bit of matrix energetics. Again, this is something developed by Dr. Richard Bartlett. Let's see, so here, and we're going to go backwards. So let's go by years. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Those wires are hanging neatly now, and they just need to be plugged in like a bunch of little the electrical cables that you use to, whether it's a headphone jack or something that you plug into an amp for a guitar. It looks like a bunch of those, and they're really small, and we're just going to plug them into the needle holes that we made in the paper towel here. We're just going to connect all these up to provide, pardon me, energy moving, provide a pathway for this emotion, this fluid related to this emotion, to have a way to drain. And there's sort of this weird, it feels like I have to sneeze, but just right here. And that's slowly lowering. Okay, so that's the sensation of draining. Is there anything more that we need to know about that? Okay, so we're draining down. Nice releases at the base of my neck and between my shoulder blades there as well. That was lovely, little cracks and pops. But we're still not done yet. I'm hearing neurotransmitters in the center of my head. Something about neurotransmitters here. So isolation mixed with neurotransmitters, right? If we follow the theme, that makes me think about oxytocin, something going on with oxytocin in the body. So let's talk about something related to intimacy, right? Intimacy has a wide range of capacity for us to be able to experience it. It isn't something that you just experience with your loved ones. It is something that you also experience with your friends and with yourself and with your connection to whatever you happen to believe in as an overarching power that has play over top this reality for you, right? If you believe in God, that's great. Do that. If not, that's okay too. You don't have to. It's your right to make your own decisions in this lifetime. Isn't important what I believe. It's important that what you believe feels coherent for you. Something about that is relevant, which makes me think that the intimacy that we're feeling or lacking towards is intimacy with our higher power. I don't feel supported. I don't feel supported because why would God put me in isolation like this? Why would God take me away from the people who I thought were my friends and all of a sudden they're not there anymore? I kept showing up and they stopped showing up. Why would God do that to me? Different phases in life. Right? This one that we've come out the other side of clearly has affected our capacity to experience love and connection and intimacy. We feel a bit guarded right now. Increased sexual sensation at the tip of my index finger, representative of the pericardium meridian. Emotions associated with the pericardium meridian have to do with guarding. Right? So I'm feeling guarded because my pathways within my neurology that allow me to experience proper oxytocin levels are holding on to an old emotion of something that was causing me difficulty within intimacy, within my relationship with other people, but also related to my belief within my higher power. Something about this year is important. I found myself counting forward there. That was the testing here with these fingers. Something about this year is relevant. Well, everything has been setting up to this moment, right? We're here in this moment because we're ready to change. It's been this way for a long time, and we're finally ready to step into the newness of the situation that's in front of us. Something that's different in this situation and time is finally ready. It's finally here for us to step into, and you have everything that you need to be able to step into that as you, as the functional being that you are. You have everything that you need, and there are still people out there to appreciate you, right? Just because someone in your past stopped appreciating you, that doesn't mean that you're incapable of being appreciated. It means that that person's tastes changed, maybe something was going on in their life that took precedence. Maybe they were going through something difficult as well, and it drew them towards needing to become more internal. Or maybe God took that person out of your life because the dynamic was genuinely not for your highest good. And that's okay, right? If people don't appreciate you, you don't have to keep showing up and giving yourself to them. There will be other people who appreciate what you have to give. Things feel very quiet and I feel very warm. There's a flushing sensation, especially around my abdomen and low back. Oh, and it feels like a hug. That's nice. Yeah, so there's the pathways of oxytocin opening up. There's the hug sensation, and it's good. It's lovely. Let's just sit in it for a little bit. Okay. That's all that I have for you today. I hope that it was beneficial, and I'll see you next time.